Hello, it is I, Professor Zaccheus, coming to you from the Czech Republic, University of Prague, where I am about to have my afternoon tea. What am I having for afternoon tea, you ask? Well, as it turns out, I am having this delicious meal of... That's right, scrambled eggs. You are probably thinking, Professor Zaccheus must really love scrambled eggs to be eating them in the afternoon. They are usually a breakfast food. No. Professor Zaccheus is eating scrambled eggs for breakfast, lunch, afternoon tea, dinner, supper because of the unfortunate incident which occurred in Mrs. Zaccheus' kitchen not so long ago when he was doing a science experiment. In case you have forgotten, here's a quick reminder. Yeah, was not good. Some of you were very nice to help me with the reconstruction of the kitchen, particularly the shelving. This was very important. Mrs. Zaccheus needed shelves on which she could put things, especially since we have no working refrigerator at the moment. One of the things that Mrs. Zaccheus likes to put up on the shelves is eggs. Mrs. Zaccheus loves eggs. Unfortunately, while I have replaced the shelves, it turns out that Professor Zaccheus, myself, is not so good an architect and a carpenter as he is a scientist. And as a result, the shelves are a little bit wonky. This means that things always fall off them, including Mrs. Zaccheus' eggs. When the eggs fall off and crack on the floor, Mrs. Zaccheus does not want to waste them, so she makes them into stuff. And about the only thing she can make them into is scrambled eggs. So I am eating scrambled eggs, and I am eating scrambled eggs, and I am eating scrambled eggs, and it is starting to scramble my brain. Now, of course, I could say to Mrs. Zaccheus that maybe we could have something else besides scrambled eggs. But careful scientific observation has led me to conclude that this would lead to an unpleasant conversation about exactly whose fault it is that the kitchen was destroyed in the first place. And that would be bad. So, I would like you to help me. What I need you to do is to design a container in which I can place the scrambled eggs so that if they fall off the shelf and onto the floor, they do not crack. To do this, you would need to consider very carefully the properties of the materials which you were using. Then you would need to conduct a fair test of your design. Plan it, build it, test it. Find a design which would allow the eggs to fall, hit the ground, be inside the container, and not break. In doing this, you will be saving me by death from scrambled eggs. So, good luck and good science. Oh, I am so loving the extra eggshells you are putting in here, my darling.